All right, welcome back to another episode. And today we're going to be talking about something that I think you'll really like, but it will surprise you at first. Is low ROI ever okay for your marketing? I used to say absolutely not. You always need to have a certain benchmark of ROI or your marketing doesn't make sense. However, I can change my opinion if I have more information. So if you give me better information and it's against my previous point of view, I am okay with changing my opinion on that matter. So recently, because we have so much more data, I've noticed a interesting trend with dental offices. And what it is that offices, and I looked at actually two of our more successful offices that are doing $2 to $4 million a year in collections. And what I noticed about them is that in the given month that they are marketing, and these are offices that are driving through their hygiene schedule, their ROI is much lower. And it stays lower for longer periods of time. And you might say, well, that's horrible. However, there's one piece of data that makes this okay. It's one simple little thing. And what it is it's the recare rate of your marketing new patients. But what I'm noticing is that these offices that are successful, like long term, and they keep growing, what they do is they get patients to come in through the hygiene schedule. They do a little bit of work on that patient, and then they recare them 6 months out. And that patient buys a little bit more treatment. And then they recare, 6 months out. And then they do a little bit more treatment. And then maybe they refer a patient in, and they're doing this over and over and over again. And what I've noticed is that there's a lagging ROI that's happening 6 months to a year later, where these patients are buying treatment and driving up the ROI number, but it's so far later, no one's even going back and looking at those old numbers. And if you want to know how to track that, we use trackable.io. And what it does is it integrates with the PMS, and then in any given month, you can go back and look at it. So you can go back and look at January 2024, and you can see how the ROI of those patients in that particular month performed, even if the patients are buying treatment way later, years later. And so I've noticed this trend that the ROI is lower. Maybe it's 100%, 200%, but the recare rate is 80-90% of those patients, meaning they're going to get the treatment. And this goes into a concept called 100% case acceptance. And you may have heard of this before if you've listened to this podcast, but it's very simple. If a patient recares and buys any treatment, they will eventually do all of their treatment with you, 100% of it. Now, it might not happen in month one or year 2 or year 3. It might take 5 years. It might take 10 years, but you're going to get 100% of that treatment over the life of that patient. And I'm going to give you one more hack on this, so don't tune me out yet, okay? And so you get 100% of all the treatment on that patient over that life of that patient with your practice, and they refer all their friends and family to you as well. So you get 100% of all that treatment. And when you add that all up, the ROI is absolutely insane. Now, the flip side of that is if the patient doesn't recare, let's say you get a 300% ROI, but nobody recares. Well, the ROI is okay, but you're actually losing on the long-term ROI. You won on the short-term ROI, but you lost on the long-term ROI. And so you say, well, how do I fix that? How you fix that is doing smaller treatment plans, getting the patient to be happy to stay with you and recare to their next appointment, and do that at a high clip on your marketing patients specifically, not all patients, marketing patients specifically, which then drives an engine to all of the other services that you offer. This works. Like, it really, really works, but it's counterintuitive. Now, here's the last thing. And this happens to be our sponsor. They sponsor our podcast. Cherry Financing is amazing at this because what they do is they allow you to offer monthly payments, which gets patients to do a little bit more treatment than whatever they would normally do, because it's broken up into monthly payments. And even if they have poor credit, it'll give them something. It might be only $500 or $1,000. But what happens is that patient takes the $500 to $1,000, uses it, pays it off. And as they pay it off, they're building up their reputation with Cherry. And over time, they get expanded their credit limit. And so then you can piece out all the treatment plan that you wanted to do. You can do it over the next year, 2 years. And if you do this properly, you're keeping patients that you would have never kept, and they absolutely love you for it because no one else is doing that. So if you want special pricing on Cherry, the link's right down below. And if you want help on this strategy, you can always reach out to me. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.